Joerg Arnu runs a blog covering the U.S. military base in Nevada, long known as Area 51. The website is dreamlandresort.com. Arnu has written extensively on his blog about Area 51's connection to government black projects. In November, Arnu's two homes in Rachel and in Las Vegas were raided by more than a dozen armed agents from the FBI and the Air Force's Counterintelligence Division. Arnu told us that the search related to images he posted on his website. Joerg Arnu is an expert, as we said, in Area 51, and we're happy to have him join us tonight. Joerg, thanks so much for coming on. So given that we have freedom of the press in this country and you're allowed to report on whatever you want, what was the pretext for the government coming to your house with guns?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Of course.
I believe the reason for this search was that supposedly I took photos of Area 51, or I published photos of Area 51 on my website, which is something I have done for 20 years. Without anyone really taking issue with that. And all of a sudden, this thing comes out of the blue, crashing down on my homes. I really still don't have an explanation. I can't get a hold of anyone. 3 doors were kicked in. A country gate was busted. My girlfriend was dragged out of the house in Las Vegas. I was dragged out of the house in Rachel. And nobody can give us any answers.
So when you came to this country, I don't know where you're originally from, but I can see that you're an immigrant to this country. Did you imagine that people with guns could just show up at your house, take things from your home, physically manhandle you, and you'd never get answers as to why they were doing it?
Absolutely not. I would have never expected this. If you would have told me 3 months ago that this could happen, I would have said absolutely impossible. I am really shocked that this can happen to a cooperating, innocent senior citizen who is really just looking for a peaceful retirement and who has a little hobby on the side to run a blog about Area 51. That's all I'm doing. Part of what I'm doing on my website is actually telling people how to stay out of trouble. There's directions on the website so that people know where they can go and where they cannot go. So in fact, I'm trying to kind of help the government, keep the loonies out of there. When we had this crazy Storm Area 51 event, I spoke up against it. I was all for the government. We are not, the group around my website is not about exposing any secrets. We want to spread the word about how fascinating the military aviation is, the world of black projects. And we try to get a glimpse of what's going on. That is fascinating for us. We are not out to sell our stuff to the Russians or to the Chinese or to whoever. That's not us. That's not me. And yes, I am totally shocked that this can happen. To some degree, I have lost a little bit of faith in the justice system in this country. And I would really like to know who is behind this.
Yeah, you would. Most people who intersect with the justice system lose faith in it fairly quickly. Last quick question. Have you been charged with anything?
I have not been charged with anything. I cannot get a hold of anyone at the FBI. I have actually hired a lawyer who similarly cannot get a hold of anyone at the FBI. The only reaction I got was when I filed to be reimbursed for the damages to my homes. I very quickly got it denied. That was all I got. And I would like to get my property back, $25,000 in damages in my property that was seized. I have about $6,000 in legal damages. So I've actually started a GoFundMe page. And if anyone is so inclined, I would appreciate some help. The link is on my website. I don't know what's going on. I want to know what's going on. But nobody's talking to me.
I'm not an attorney, but I don't think the FBI is allowed to trash your house and steal things from you without charging you with the crime. So I certainly hope you prevail. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Joerg Arnu.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson Tonight.